Yeah, I think we can start.
Hi, Salish. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi. I can hear you, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful.
A very good evening to all of you joining in from the Middle East and India, and a very good morning to all of you joining in from the US. I see, a few people are still coming in, so we'll wait for a minute or two, and then we'll start the session.
Sounds good.
So we're good to go. Very good evening once again to all the participants, who is joining Brainy and Bright and Dr. Sam from the US, and a very good morning to all of you joining in from the US and North America. First of all, on behalf of the entire team of Brainy and Bright globally, we would like to extend a heartfelt appreciation to all the participants and the viewers of this amazing webinar by Dr. Sam Ansari. He indeed is a visionary, and we look forward to his thought process, his ideas, and you know his knowledge and skills about the field of agentic AI. Prior to that, let me also introduce Brainy and Bright briefly to all of you. We are a globally renowned and accredited STEM institution known for our science and technology programs. We have been, ruling the roost in the field of artificial intelligence, 3D designing, coding, robotics, and in many ways, we work with several students of all ages, participants of all ages worldwide, in bringing their skills to the fore and ensuring that they're prepared for the challenges and opportunities of 21st century. As part of this, it is our usual ritual to invite different speakers from different walks of life with the varied experience to ensure that we bring the best of East and West together at one platform, bringing the best in technology to give all of us an opportunity to learn and to grow. That's what Brainy and Bright has been investing in. And our whole goal is to ensure that STEM and technology reaches every nook and corner of the globe wherever internet is there. So I'll not take much of time, and I'll quickly introduce my speaker of the day, Dr. Sam Ansari. He is an author, inventor, and a very thoughtful leader in the fields of computer vision and machine learning, including artificial intelligence and cognitive science as well. He has extensive experience in high scale, distributed and parallel computing. Currently, Mr. Sam serves as an adjunct professor at George Mason University, and he's a teaching graduate level. He's been teaching graduate level programs with the data analytics and engineering departments. His areas of instruction and expertise ranges from machine learning to computer vision to natural language processing, and he has authored multiple books. In fact, you should go and check his books on Amazon, and his books on computer vision are really worth knowing and reading. He has multiple patents to his name, especially in the field of healthcare AI, and he has shown showcases innovative mindset and practical application of technology. He carries more than 20 plus years of experience, and he is also on the board of Brainy and Pride. So, without further ado, we would love to listen to his thought process, and I'm sure having such a luminary on a speaker panel today will certainly open us up to so many options that AI is bringing. So today the focus is more about agentic AI, which is obviously now so much talked about. But let's learn through practical implications of agentic AI. We also have a very beautiful activity planned around it. So we look forward to this session, and I will now hand it over to Mr. Sam. Over to you, sir. And we look forward to your session, and thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Sailesh, thank you so much and very kind of you. You know, Thanks for the introduction. And I'm so happy to be here, especially given that people from different parts of the world have joined. So again, starting with good morning and or good evening from wherever you are joining. Uh, this is Sam Ansari. And what I will do, Sailesh, I will start with a quick presentation. My plan is to just give an overview of what Agentic AI is. But before that, I'll just quickly introduce the company that built Agentic AI system, and which is what I'll be going to presenting. Um, and I am also joined with Asif Ali. He is on this call right now. And Asif is the chief engineer who built Agentic AI at Acure. And with his presence, what we will do, he will actually help us to walk through the system. Who else can do better job than the builder itself? So Asif is here. Asif, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Hi everyone.
Very good. Um, what I'm going to do, I will share my screen and very briefly, without taking a lot of time, quickly introduce Acure because the company who built the agentic AI system that I'm going to present, um, you should know what the company is about and what we do. So let's just start with this. And Salish, if you can confirm my screen is visible and I have the Acure presentation on.
Yeah, your
Any
screen is visible. Yeah, it is.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So Acure is an operational AI company. and we have AI platforms that we offer to enterprise, and we call it a private and precise AI. And so let me start with this, that why do we exist and where do we play a role? Um, Acure has built an end-to-end machine learning AI platform, and that can solve wide variety of AI problems. And we have deployed AI solutions to a large number of companies, including some Fortune 500 companies, banks, and uh, Department of Defense and manufacturing, and name it. Um, where do we play a role is that there are four, if you divide AI space, you will divide it into four categories. And for example, the cloud AI, for example, these leading companies. And then second category is enterprise AI platforms. This is where we play a big role. That means we have a unified AI platform that we can deploy to an enterprise, and that platform has pretty much everything that you need to build AI solutions end to end. And the third category is vibe code or AI ML infrastructure. As mentioned, that this is where we play a very big role. What we have done is what iPhone has done. If you look at iPhone, if you remember from past 20, 30 years ago, that there used to be, various types of gadgets that we used to keep at our house for various things, such as calculator, alarm clock, or, something like walkie-talkie or something like that. There were so many different gadgets, and iPhone actually brought everything together in a single platform or single device. Acure has done similar thing, but when it comes to AI development software and platforms, such as platform for doing data engineering, platform for doing machine learning, for doing infrastructure deployment, and so on and so forth. We brought multiple things together into a single unified platform. So here is at a high level what Acure's platform looks like. And since we are going to talk about agentic AI, I'll talk about where agentic AI fits in this platform. Here is Acure's two main core platforms called Momentum and Acure IQ. Acure Momentum is an ETL and machine learning platform that includes data lake and everything that you need to build enterprise AI. So starting with data engineering, it can ingest wide variety of data from different data sources, structured, unstructured, semi-structured, streaming data, wide variety of data sources it can ingest, and then it can process and transform and whatnot. And then we have this AI ML platform that allows us to build AI models with no coding, meaning that you just select what the task that you want AI to do, and you connect your data to that task. And by virtue of this auto ML, it automatically detects what the best algorithm or set of algorithms is, and then will train all those algorithms. It will train hundreds or thousands of algorithms with various hyperparameters, and it will tell you what algorithms it is training, and visually it will give you an indication what the best algorithm among all the algorithms it's training is, and it will train that best model. The model that it trains is just one part of the equation. How do you deploy this model? How do you manage, monitor, and govern this model? And how do you provide security and role-based access? All those things are a bigger enterprise problem. MLOps allows you to do that. That means AI ML that it develops. You just click a button, it gets deployed in MLOps that provides model registry. That means all your enterprise models can be deployed in one platform and do governance and monitoring. All the data that it produces and processes along the way are stored in distributed data lake and Impulse Enterprise Data Warehouse, which is again our proprietary data warehouse. This is on a benchmarking report proven to be at least 3 times faster than Google BigQuery at 10% hardware requirement. So extremely fast and cheap to run. And that is what you would use if you want a real-time access to the data for dashboarding or showing it on reports or alerts or notification. And that is where you use Insight BI to build a dashboard and business intelligence. Um, this is our core platform. On top of this core platform, we built Acure IQ. Acure IQ is our generative and agentic AI platform. This is what is our topic of discussion today is. We'll go a little bit more deeper into Acure IQ to show in action, and we'll build some use case today about using our generative and agentic functions. Now, this platform can run anywhere, meaning you can run on-prem, you can run in your own cloud or private data center or public cloud. It's the choice is definitely with the enterprise wherever they want to run. And that is why it's a private, because you run it in private environment, your enterprise environment, and you have full control on the data, the the prompts or everything in between, so that nothing gets out of that environment, and therefore it provides a private environment, and all the question answers the AI utilizes and responds are precise because it's using your private data. We'll go a little bit more to this. So I will skip from here and I'm going to go into what I'm going to present today from agentic perspective. So I have a different slide that I'll bring because I have a use case that I will build and with Asif's help, and that use case we'll talk about now. So if you're still seeing my screen and I have a different presentation on Acure IQ, what Acure IQ provides, let's start with this. So you have already seen what Acure's overall platform is. And now I'm going to go into Acure IQ that it's a generative and agentic AI platform. What it means is that, and this is private. So this is very, very important to actually understand. This is private AI, and this is precise in the sense that when you deploy this platform, unlike many other AI platform, when you ask questions or when you want to use that platform, the answers typically come from the wild. That means a general purpose knowledge, a publicly available knowledge. However, our platform works with the enterprise data. That means the data, the knowledge base, that means data could be in the form of files, could be in the form of video, could be videos, audios, or many other forms. The data is private, and that is what Acure IQ utilizes. That means when you ask questions, the answers will come from that private data knowledge base. And therefore, the answers will be precise and accurate and to the point based on the knowledge base that you uh, provide to the platform. When it comes to agentic, what it means when we talk about agentic in Acure IQ, think of a problem. any problem that you want to solve with software. Describe that problem in plain English description. For example, you want to actually build, let's say, automate your email reading. So an AI agent should read emails and it will generate the response, appropriate response, not just some random response, not just the out of office response, but an appropriate response based on the content of the email. And then it sends that response to the sender of the email. Now, it sounds very simple, but if you go and try to build this using traditional programming language and traditional way, it will take quite some time to build it. Coding is part one, but after coding, how do I deploy this? How do I actually secure it? How do I give a role-based access? And how do we productionize it? All of these things are separate issue. So writing code is very important, but first part of the equation. The second part of the equation is how do I productionize it? In this case, when you build agentic AI based system, all you have to do is think what you want from your system, all features and functionality, and then describe that in plain English. No need to format it, no need to make it a bullet, heading, subheading, and any other format. Just describe that in plain English. What the system will do, it will automatically build the system by writing code. So here is what we are going to do today. To build code and demonstrate this feature, we will take a use case, a very popular use case that you may not have in your enterprise, but pretty much every manufacturing, retail, government, every organizations um, have some level of purchase from outside done. And in order to purchase things, they invite quotations. And sometimes for the same material, they receive hundreds of quotations. And some domain expert have to go through those quotations and match with the requirement and say these quotations match with the requirement. And also, the most important factor they actually consider in arriving at decision is pricing. So whether the quotation match the requirement and the pricing is lowest, probably that's what most people consider. However, there are many factors that actually influence that decision as well. For example, post delivery service, the product quality, the lead time, and many other factors. And all these factors is hard to keep in mind while making the decision and reading hundreds of quotations. What we will do, we will actually use a procurement example where we will have multiple quotations. So you see that if the procurement was this simple, meaning if I simply say, get me the best code and generate the agreement, what it means is that you describe a problem that I have these many quotations, and from these quotations, generate the best quotation and tell me why you selected. Select the best quotation and tell me why you selected this as a best. And then once you select it, generate an agreement with the supplier. And the agreement should have certain language. You can actually provide template as well. And that is what we are going to actually use as an example to build the agentic AI system today. So in other words, using plain natural language as an input to AI is going to process the quotations. So if it has quotations, multiple files in the in example, then it will actually read all those files. It will analyze it and it will pick the best quotation given the criteria that you specify, or let AI pick the criteria for you. And then you select the best code and then create an agreement and send it to the vendor. This is what we are going to demonstrate today. So I'll skip this because we are going to actually use all these things. So in other words, let's start with agentic AI. The question is, what is agentic AI? And I'm sure most of you have heard of this term. I'm not going to go into the theoretical aspect of what agentic AI does, but let me just give you two very important points. If you think of agents, agent is a piece of software that performs very specific and atomic task. Means an agent performs probably just one task at a time. For example, if you have data in the file system, you may have an agent and the agent will read that file from the file system. That's it. So that agent's job is just to read the file from the file system. You may also have agent that, let's say you configure that agent to read your emails or send emails. These are the agents that do very specific task. And that means these are independent atomic agent. Agentic AI, on the other hand, is a system that combines multiple agents, that manages multiple agents. Remember, these agents do a specific task. So each agent doing a specific task, you actually have a group of agents and let these agents do a specific task, and you have a task master or manager, and that manager manages those agents and let these agents do their task and pass the input from one agent to other agent and automate certain processes. And that is what agentic AI is. That means multiple agents managed and orchestrated and coordinated by a manager. Let's also look at few types. In a Cure IQ, you will see two types of agents: a skilled agent and cognitive agent. A skilled agent performs very specific tasks using tools. For example, as I mentioned, read file content. That means you have a file in a file system. It will use tools, meaning the file reader tool, to read the content of the file. Read emails. That means it will connect to the email, whatever email server you connect to using your passwords and whatnot. And then it will read your email. That's it. That's one task. And then you ask this agent, the skilled agent can also send emails. That means it will use email sender client to send the email to the sender, wherever you want to send or recipient. So a skilled agent knows how to use tools. This is very important. A skilled agent uses tool, and tools used to do certain operations or tasks, such as reading file, writing file, reading emails, sending emails, and whatnot. And the second type of agent is cognitive agent. Cognitive agent handles reasoning, planning, decision making, and it typically has three things: memory, processing, of course, and then decision making. So typically, in the real world, a skilled agent will provide input to cognitive agent. And cognitive agent will take that and do does some cognitive activities such as make inference, classify it, or decides. For example, let's tie this together. So reading file contents. So you have file contents. So that means a skilled agent got the file content. Let's say it's a text file. Cognitive agent will make inference based on the content. For example, whether this is an email about purchase, whether this is an email about invoicing, this is an email about just for question answering, or what type of email it could be, or what kind of file it is. Is this file a um, an invoice? Is this file a purchase order? Is this file is an agreement? All these decision making and inference where cognitive activity is required is done by cognitive agents. So, for example, in the reading and writing email, so your skilled agent reads the email, send it to the cognitive agent, and cognitive agent will generate the reply based on the content of the email provided by skilled agent. So, what the content of the reply should be, that is something that cognitive agent will decide. So, this is actually, let's have a very clear distinction that a skilled agent uses tools to do its job. Cognitive agent uses memory, processing, reasoning, decision making. And that's the clear distinction. So, what are the building blocks of agentic AI in Acure IQ? You already know what the skilled agent and cognitive agent is. And I have already kind of spoken about workflow, meaning that manager. In other words, you have group of skilled and cognitive agents, and these group of agents are managed by something called workflow manager. And we'll see this with an example. So what we're going to do from the procurement perspective, that we will have a some sample procurement quotations. That means let's assume that a company wants to purchase laptop, and company actually invited quotations from different vendors. Those vendors will send the quotations, and the company, let's say, scan those quotations and put it in this agentic system, and then ask agentic system to process it and then select the best quotations or quotation, select the best quotation from all those quotations provided, and also optionally we'll see that generate or create contract or purchase order or contract, let's say legal contract, and then send that contract to the selected vendor. We'll do this automatically end to end. And you see how high value this could be. Now, just please remember this. This platform is not just for quotation management or something like that. This is a very generic platform. Procurement and selecting the best quotation is just one example that we can build on this platform. But many use cases can be built. So before I go any further, I am going to now start a quick walkthrough of our platform, and and then I will invite Asif to build this quotation system end to end. But let me just give you a quick glimpse of it. So this is our platform, iq.acure.ai. And we sent out this email link before to everyone. And if you have already used this to sign up, great. And here is, we'll just use few things. We have agentic AI, but before we do agentic AI, for any system, doesn't matter agentic AI or traditional system, input and output. These are the two things that we always need to know. Where the system is getting the input, very important point. Where the system is delivering the output, we need to know. Now, in agentic AI, input can come from anywhere. It can come from an external database, it can come from an external stream, it can come from FTP or external system or REST API. So input can come from a wide variety of sources. Similarly, the output can go to a number of destinations. Could be third-party database, third-party APIs, or wherever we want, right? So when we talk about input and output for agentic, it could be anything. And therefore, there's no one fixed input and output source for agentic AI. However, when we are building agentic AI system and we want the input to be in the platform itself, where the agents will go and pick the input. An agent will actually process everything and publish the output too. There are certain ways, there are certain things that we need to know before we actually start. All inputs, if you are not giving any third party input from within the platform itself come from this place called data sources. So you will create a directory here and upload all your input to this platform. And then from there, the agents will pick up. As I said, that's not the only way to provide the input. That's one way to provide the input so that you have self-contained platform and no external dependency. So that means in this case, what I have done, and I think Asif has done here, that here is the laptop quotation. Under that, he has uploaded multiple quotations. For example, let me just open one of these. And this is actually a quotation for laptop. And here is the pricing and is a specification. Similarly, if you look at other quotation, here's a different quotation, pricing and spec. So we have multiple quotations uploaded. The process is very simple. You put a directory name and just drag and drop. What you can drag and drop, what kind of file system this Acure IQ supports is it can support text, PDF, docs, various other type of documents, images, which is what you just saw. It can also support, it also supports videos. That means MP4 videos or movies, audio, of course, and structured data in the sense that you have CSV, TSV, or you can actually connect to a database. And if you have hundreds of files, you don't have to drag and drop one by one. You zip it up and you just drop in there, and then it will process it. So in this case, Asif has already done that. And now, when you upload the file, initially it will be turned off. And that means you can also see all those uploaded files here. And you can actually ask question about the files interactively, just like you do in other AI systems. Acure IQ will allow you to do that as well. However, for today's discussion, we will utilize agentic AI to build this procurement use case. And I would like to invite Asif to walk us through the process, and he will show you how to build this from just thinking, plain English description, and everything in between. And I will kind of give you some commentary when he is building it. So, Asif, do you want to actually take over the screen and show?
Yeah, yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Asif.
So, as Sam has given the use case related explanation, like I will just say here, like I have a prompt here. I will just paste that and I will just explain. Like I'm just telling, build an agentic AI system that can read quotation, which are scanned images, files stored in an input directory laptop quotation where I have uploaded in the data sources, right? At the same time, I'm telling analyze each quotations, select the best quotation, provide reasoning for selecting the best one. Save the quotation as bestcode.txt. So right now here I'm not telling how to write the code, nothing. I'm just telling this is my use case. It has to generate ultimately the best code.txt. So once I enable the system like agentic workflow, if I hit, system will go and it will start thinking what agents has to be needed for to accomplish this particular task, how many agents, how it has to be called, whether it has to be called alone, whether it has to call in a loop, those everything it will go and it will start thinking.
As if agentic workflow is not enabled. That's why it's not
Ah,
looking. Can you restart? Yeah, so that's a very important point here, that agentic workflow has to be enabled in order to be in agentic mode. And in the previous screen that was disabled, now you see this.
yeah, so as you guys can see, like here, like analyze the user requirement. It is analyzing the system is analyzing what is the user requirement and what type of agents is needed to accomplish this. You can see like a skilled agent. It is read quotation. It has divided the task into the sub agents. One is like reading the quotation from the directory. It's not a cognitive task. It's a code, right? So that's the reason it has assigned the skilled agent. Analyzing the quotation, that means the brain has to be get involved in this. So that's the reason like the cognitive agent has been placed here. And here like the justification, the agent perform analysis, then cognitive agent again selecting the best quotation. That also needs to be the brain has to get involved, LLM has to get involved. That's the reason the select it is also considered as a cognitive agent. Yeah, and these are all the code which it will internally write to deploy it, so that in a single click it will get deployed. And we can able to trace the logs, everything we can able to go through those agents. It will take like yeah, generated.
So I'll just pause, mention something here, Asif, just 1 second. So it's very important that other AI systems also write code. Here it wrote code, but other AI systems write the code snippet, and you will have to take that code, put that in your development environment, and make it run, compile it. Once it runs, the next thing is that how do I deploy it is another area where you have to worry about. Here, what Acure IQ did, that based on the prompt, and you saw a simple prompt. Based on the prompt, it actually built the entire system, not just wrote code snippet. It actually built the entire system by writing code, and it gives you a full flexibility and control on the code. You can update, modify the code, you can edit the code, and various other things. But important thing is that it built entire system to do what we ask it to do in less than a minute, right? And very important point, that when it writes the code, internally it tests the code to make sure that it's enterprise grade. If it fails, it will rewrite the same code to make sure that it has all the features that an enterprise grade code has, such as exception handling and whatnot. And then we'll keep writing until it's fully satisfied that the code is a good quality code. And then it will build this visual workflow. You can look at this visual workflow as Asif has here on the screen, and you can actually understand visually whether it's doing the right thing or not. Because in this case, what Asif has done, a very powerful system he built with a simple prompt. But in some real life scenario, you may have very complex system, and when you define that complex system, you want to visually inspect and make sure that the system is doing what you ask it to do. So it can build a very complex diagram like this to show you the workflow. And Asif, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I will just explain why the color changes everything here. Like as we mentioned, there are skilled agent where the code has to be written for that, and where cognitive agent means the prompt has to be there, where the brain, the analysis has to be get done. So if I simply click on this, the on the workflow, it will orchestrate everything, like how the system, like how the let's see, as I said, laptop quotation, it has to read from a folder. It has derived that, and it is internally calling the each agent one by one. And if I go to this agent will have the reading related code and analysis quotation. This will have like the prompt which will extract the content of the images. In our cases it's a quotation, and here the select best, like you are a selection agent, select the best quotation from the given list of the quotation and provide the best one along with the reasoning. So the system it's built, and prompt is also built by itself, and it also like writing the output to the file. I will just show here. I will just go to the Agentic AI system. Here, what I have just built, right, the same workflow, I will have a lot of other fields, like I can able to view also, I can able to deploy it also. I will just deploy. I will just go ahead and I will just deploy.
So just very important here that building writing code is, as I mentioned, part one. But how do you productionize it? How do you deploy it? And when you deploy it, you don't have to worry about security, role-based access, everything is built in, right? So if you're using other agentic AI system or whatnot, right, that is the first thing you have to worry about. That it will write the code for you for sure, but you take the code, compile it, and then when you are ready to make it production, you have to worry about the server, worry about the security, worry about the role-based access, and all sorts of things. Here, you saw that Asif just pushed a button to deploy. So you push it, deploy it, right? And it's already deployed. That means the code that it has written is already deployed in production. So the system, not just the code, the whole system is now production. Asif, back to you.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like in the single click itself we can able to run this workflow. And the best part is we can able to see what exactly my code is doing. If I click on the logs, it will show like where, what is the execution, what exactly it is going on. We can see the read quotation got triggered, the agent finished the reading quotation, everything we can able to see step by step. So that's how we can able to and we have a I think 5 to 6 images we can able to see here. Calling analyze quotation agent, this will call the cognitive agent to analyze the each quotation. We can see the image name. Right now I will just click on output. We have no output here. We'll just give 10 to 20 second where it will finish the analysis. Yeah, so this is the main part is like we can have the transparent what exactly my code is doing, and what exactly the agent is doing. In majority of the system, we can build this agent, but taking the input or taking the giving the feedback to the agent, those things are very hard. In our system, like we can able to see the each and everything. And the major part is like while it is generating, I will just say, if I want to improve something here with the single prompt, like if I can able to say, can you add some more logs to it, with this it will analyze the code as per the workflow, as per the user requirement. It will never go out of the box, because this is a the use case is built for one particular requirement, right? So it won't go out of the box. So it will see, with the single click we can able to upgrade my code. So this functionality is there.
So basically, the idea is that you have full control. So you can actually inspect the code, you can modify it, you can take help from AI to actually make it better. And then interactively, you work with this and you have a production system ready. And as if your output is ready, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can able to see here, like the individual analysis has been kept in the document. Also, we can, there is a conclusion reasoning why it has selected this north bridge system at this dollar, what is the best quotation, everything it is decided, and it has given the markdown format, everything why it has picked, and it has done the analysis. Like this we have done for 5. If we have 500 also, there is like no issues, we can the workflow can able to handle everything. And at any point of time, suppose right now if I think, uh, okay, let me add email sender agent along with this, once the workflow has been done, I need to know, right? at that at that time, like I can able to simply say, can you add agent which can send email alert to my email at last. If I click, basically it will analyze, it will add the agent at the end. So I already have a workflow related to that. I will just showcasing that. Yeah. See, read quotation, analyze the quotation, select best quotation, save best quotation, and email alert. In the email alert, basically we can get the alert. Also, we can able to get the file also if needed. So as it is a, low hanging file, text file, I can able to get it in my email as well. So to demonstrate that, I have already email sent to my account, I will just say, see the quotation workflow executed successfully, so and so, the best quote txt. Like this, the end-to-end system we can able to connect.
Nasir, do we have an example for contract?
Yeah, I was going through, I'm having two examples, I will just demonstrate that. Yeah, with the like next level, like we just explain like how the quotation images has to get read and how the output has to be generated. The ultimate goal has to be create the contract, right? At the like something has to be streamlined, something has to be predictive. So in contract generation, it has to be get predicted, it has to be in a format, in a specific format. In those cases, like I have uploaded the contract which says like these are all the placeholders which my workflow has to fill in this particular format itself. So doing this activity by a human or any other system, we have to write lot of code. In the Acure IQ Agentic system, just drag and drop this PDF file, just drag and drop the images. Now if I say like as I said, here we can see generate the procurement contract using best quotation details, procurement file, this is the template file, folder name I just mentioned, and this has created a workflow. The next level I can able to say, like the read quotation, summarize the quotation, pick the best quotation, save the best quotation. Till here we have seen. In the same format, generate the contract, save the contract. If I see here, if I click, this is the generated document where the this is the like with the placeholder which I am having in my local, whereas in this the agentic system has built and it has filled all the details which need to be fit in the placeholders. That's how the powerful system is. And you can see the creating the output in this format and everything. It's tedious process, but with the help of a single prompt, without much input, it has generated the contract.
Yeah, great. So this is great. And Asif, can you just talk about, you already showed how to add agent, right? Can you also just show very quickly
Re-
rearrangement of the agent? Like, you know,
yeah,
a, a lot of time AI will do very good job, but sometimes, and it's not just the AI does good job, sometimes our thought process also evolves. So if you want to change the arrangement of agents, like, one agent should come after the other agent, you can actually rearrange the sequence of agent calls as well. And that is where the ordering actually comes into the picture. Go ahead,
yeah.
Asif.
Suppose like email alert agent which we placed at the last, right? If we want to place it at any mid level where it has to send at in intermediate response, at that time I will just go here, order. I will just drag this in between. Right now we can see sequence updated, not yet saved. Basically we have to update, we have to tell it has to update, because behind the scene the flow has to get updated. The flow basically email was getting sent at the last, now the email has to send at the middle. So those changes will be done by the AI itself, no need of any human intervention. In few seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, it will get updated.
So essentially, what is happening that it's rewriting the code and readjusting the code that it has already written before, and then you can actually inspect that.
Yeah, yeah, arrangements has been updated. If I go to the workflow, we can see it was calling the read quotation first, analysis, then we can see the agent fifth which was there. Email alert has been added in between, and the select quotation has came down. Logically it has added, not illogically. That's how the system works.
Yeah. And Asif, while you are staying there, can you stay there, Asif? Um,
Yeah,
I would like to highlight for those who are developers, should know. Can you click on the code? Open the code,
workflow.
workflow code. So as you see on the right side, there is logs you can attach. So if the system doesn't work for whatever reason, you can actually debug the system by attaching the logs. So you see that there are various types of logs, and for example, let's say that a specific agent wasn't working, and
Yeah,
so you can ask it to fix error, and then you just run it. It will actually go ahead and look at, diagnose it, and fix the error if any. So you can ask AI to debug, AI to actually, rewrite the code, fix the code, and all sorts of things. That means interactively, you can actually give lots of instructions and build a very robust agentic system that you can automate. Now, Asif, while you are here,
hmm,
let it
actually there was no error, so it will
no,
just yeah,
just go ahead, close it. So let's do one thing, Asif. Show how do we make it autonomous by scheduling.
scheduling. Yeah, yeah. Here, like once it is deployed, we will get a option called scheduling. Using the standard like cron expression, we can schedule any time, which will get run at that particular time.
So let's take an example that I want our agentic system that on a daily basis it runs and gives me the best quotation. Again, I don't know if there is any requirement for that, but the email example that I was actually describing. Let's say as and when email comes, it should run autonomously. I should not push the button to run it. In that case, you can just give 5 stars here, like a star, 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 5 asterisk. It will run autonomously every second and give you the output. So this is a way to make your agentic system fully autonomous, driverless, and run behind the scene while even you're sleeping or not thinking about it. So that is how this agentic system will become fully autonomous. That's it. As if anything else here that you want to highlight?
Like for to connect to the same scheduling one, I have a one workflow that is related to not related to mortgage, it's related to some x-ray, where basically one of the interns of the doctors used to get the images in some particular folder every at some particular time. So this in the AccuReQ that we have scheduled the system where it will go through the each image, and it will do the analysis, it will send the report ultimately. So that system we have here, I will just demonstrate that.
Very powerful use case where it reads X-rays and generate report. So it will be super helpful to radiologists,
Yeah,
doctors.
read X-ray images, analyze the X-ray images using the cognitive, and save the analyzed output. So here, as I said, again, we can able to just add the email agent at the end using the create. We can able to create, or if it is already available in the in our catalog, we can able to simply select that.
So just stay there for a second, Asif. A catalog is very important. So adding agent is fine. We can add agent, we give prompt and we'll add agent at the end that Asif demonstrated earlier, that he said add an email sender agent at the end. But we may have agents that we already built it, and we want to use that agent or reuse that agent in other workflows. So here we built something called agent catalog. And from agent catalog, you can search, of course, and you can pick whether you want a skill agent or cognitive agent from the category. And you can pick and choose and attach that agent. So that means if you build something before, you can reuse it in other workflows. Go ahead, Asif.
Yeah. In the same process, like we can able to select the sequence wherever it is required, those agents. If I if I select analyze x-ray, after this the email alert agent has to be get attached. I will just select that and I will just click on attach. Behind the scene it will get attached. I will demonstrate the output which is generated just to get the connected. Yeah, we have a two image here. One is the X-ray image one, where this is the image, and this is the analysis of the image. We can able to see like forearm with the visible fracture, and image orientation, identification, like what is the fracture categoristic. Everything it will do based on the those image,
Powerful.
and it will give the conclusion as well. And as we can see, there is no patient information will be shared here as it is sensitive. But this is the report what one of the medical professionals has asked, where all the images has to be there in a single document, and analysis also has to be there in a single document. So we can able to see he can able to go through this, and he can able to do assessment based on this as well.
Powerful. Very powerful. Great. So we are running short of time. I think we already exceeded time. And I see some questions that I would like to actually answer.
Sure.
And I'm looking at the last. Is that the good time, Salesh, to actually give the
Yes.
answer?
So thank you so much, sir, and for this amazing presentation. We have a few questions, which the participants have posted in the chat. So we can. I'll go ahead and ask you those questions, and you can probably give your thoughts. But before that, it's wonderful to have these kind of webinars, and we look forward to doing many such other webinars in the field of AI, machine learning. And we need to come up with such great webinars in the future as well. So thank you so much, Mr. Sam and the team. It was indeed a pleasure to have both of you. I will just go ahead with the questions. So the first question that, and I will repeat these questions in the order of their, in the order of the time that these questions have come. So the first question that we got was, what are the biggest risks of giving AI more autonomy? I think it's from one of the high school students. So he wants to know what are the biggest risks of giving AI more autonomy.
See, the risk is definitely there to give the autonomy. The biggest autonomy risk is that you can make AI malicious as well. And when you have malicious code and AI execute that, AI doesn't know what it's doing. So what you're telling AI is doing it, right? So it can definitely go out of control. And going out of control in the areas of maybe crime, it could actually commit crime on your behalf, right? And nobody will actually know until it's detected. So crime is another area. It can cause lots of damage. It can spread rumors and viruses and various other things. So having a good control on what you're building and what you're deploying is very, very important. Otherwise, AI can go rogue, and these are really the biggest concerns and worries that most AI experts have these days, and that AI can quickly go out of control. But AI doesn't go out of control. Control is totally under your hand. But if you let AI take the control, yes, it can go out of control and cause various damages and harms.
I think that also answers thank you so much, sir. That also answers the second question, which is again about ethical challenges about giving AI more autonomy. The third question that I have it over here is, why is it important for humans to still stay in control when using agentic AI? So this question also comes from one of our high school students.
It's extremely important, as I mentioned, that AI can go out of control, right? And sometimes, let me just back up a little bit. AI today is probabilistic. Probability of any random event being 100% is mathematically, hard. So when AI is not 100% deterministic, and we as a human, we like deterministic thing. We need to know that this is exactly what I expect and this is what I'm getting. So AI output sometimes can be erroneous and misleading. Therefore, a human oversight is extremely important to make sure what AI produces is fully in compliance. For example, the use case that Asif has shown about the X-ray, right? AI will do pretty good job, probably better than human, but a lot of time AI will give wrong information. Having a qualified doctor to look at the report and say output is correct and sign off on it before that report is consumed for decision making is extremely important. This term is very widely used in the industry called human in the loop process. Therefore, anything that AI does or AI's output is produced, human in the loop helps to actually control the output of AI. And for the same reason that we described again previously, this is technical aspect. Ethical aspect is that if AI makes a mistake, can you blame AI? Can you take the AI to court? Can you put the AI in jail? There's no such thing that it exists today, right? That means accountability is very important. Having human in the loop so that human is accountable for producing that outcome, even though AI did, is very important. So accountability is another area where human in the loop actually helps so that the AI output doesn't go out of control. Alish?
Okay, that's wonderful, sir. I have another question from Lex Jazz. The question is, can agents in Acure IQ access live data like APIs and spreadsheets?
Absolutely, yes. And I did highlight that in the beginning that input to agents are not coming from that specific directory or folder. It can come from wide variety of. external sources as well. And that includes APIs and live streams.
Okay. And I have another question from a participant named Douglas. How can this Accure AI help me in my field? I'm an educator. So this question is from the educator, sir.
How AI can help in education? Is that the question?
Accure AI,
Secure
specifically
AI
Accure.
can help
Yeah. Yeah.
in education. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So, I mean, we have as a Cure, right? We have something called a Cure AI Academy, and we have partnered with Brainy and Bright for the same purpose. That a Cure products, especially a Cure IQ and a Cure Momentum, are you know built for two types of audience. One that do not like or do not want to, or for efficiency purposes, do not want to write lots of code to build AI system. That means there are two types of skill set that you will see. One, that there's highly skilled coder and programmer who would like to do very efficient programming and coding. And the other type of audience is that they know how to solve problems, but not necessarily skilled in writing code. For both, Acure IQ can help in the sense that you learn the tool to actually build systems and build solutions. And therefore, whether it's, and we provide actually training curriculum and courses to build AI solutions. Again, this is actually how we can build AI solution, teaching that aspect. However, in general education, AI can help in many ways. For example, again, this may or may not be always applicable, but a lot of time grading. And grading does not mean that I have, of course, if you have multiple choice question and answer, today educators spend enormous amount of time going through, exam papers and grading and all that. And it takes, and I am an educator too, and I know the pain that, spending time in the classroom is one thing, but spending a lot of time outside the classroom to do the grading and reading every single paper and making sure the grading is right, because you want to reward those who work hard, and you want to actually teach lesson to those who are not working hard. You have to be very fair, and therefore analyzing everything and giving a right grade. Every educator actually has this as a pain point. So AI can help in grading. That's one aspect. AI can help, and especially if you have long descriptive answers, AI can help understand and assess and quality of that answers too. That's one aspect. Second aspect is that lesson plan. Today, every field, not just AI, every single field, whether it's art, whether it's a filmmaking, whether it's history, whether anything, every field is evolving so rapidly that keeping track of everything is almost impossible. AI can help in actually building a good lesson plan and content material, of course, the reading material, and lectures, lecture plans, lecture, a PowerPoint presentation, for example, and also build questionnaires and question answers and whatnot, right? So AI can be used, and especially if we're talking about Acure AI can be used in actually wide variety of ways where educators can use this tool to actually be a good, efficient educator. I'm not saying good in the sense that the educators are not good, in the sense that how can you be efficient without spending a lot of time and spending a lot of research time. Of course, in research and R&D also, Acure IQ can help. So actually, not related, but not to the point answer, but a related answer I would actually offer here, that we offer courses, not just to teachers, not just to students, but also to teachers and educators. And we have done this to many institutions where we actually bring faculty members, and faculty members learn how to use our platform. And for that, we can actually offer a limited, time subscription and usage for free to learn and get familiar with AI and use this tool. So we can offer to any institutions who are willing to actually adopt AI in their curriculum, not just curriculum, but use AI to build curriculum, build lesson plan, build the courses. We can actually help with setting up our AQIQ system for that.
Really appreciate it. While this is also happening live, just wanted to inform you that we're also connected with a lot of parents who are sitting at our different innovation centers. And one of the questions from one of the parents at our innovation center in Abu Dhabi is there an agent to evaluate quality while comparing quotes for best prices and service? This is from one of the parents in one of our innovation centers in Abu Dhabi.
This is what exactly I said in the beginning, right? There are multiple parameters that you would probably, as a human expert, right? You are human expert, let's say in computer, you know the quality of computer very well, but the procurement doesn't. Procurement probably look at just the pricing, right? And then there will be another contracting, the legal contractor, legal doesn't care about all these things. Legal care about liability. Legal care about basically any type of legal risks. So when you are in a procurement environment, there are multiple domain experts actually put their thoughts to build this purchase agreement finally, right? And go through the decision making process. In this case, you define what you want AI to actually look at. Do you want AI to look at the quality of the product? And if you put that as a criteria, it will actually look at the quality of product to actually make the decision, arrive to the decision of selecting the best quote. As I mentioned, best quote is not selected just based on pricing. Pricing is really probably the one of the factors, but it's not just the only factor. It actually look at the quality of the product. It looks at the service quality of the vendor. It looks at the post delivery service quality. It can look at various parameters, and AI goes through all of them. But if you want to enforce any specific requirement that you must look at this, you can just put that in your prompt that you actually mentioned, and it will do it. Sarah?
Okay. Yeah. And I'll take one last question again from one of the parents attending it at one of our innovation centers. And the question goes like this: if the lesson plans, and I think it's coming from one of the educators, if the lesson plans are of different format, like PPT or PDFs, will it have an effect on the output from the agentic AI?
The effect on the output is determined by you providing the prompt, meaning that you tell, doesn't matter what the format of input output is, you provide the instruction to agent saying, I want my output in bullet form. I want my output in tabular form. I want my output with heading, subheading, and in a paragraph form. You define the output. AI will, if you don't define the output, AI will just randomly pick based on content some output. You may or may not like that output. So therefore, you can enforce what you want from AI. So that is where, taking a good control and providing the best command and best instruction is really really important. And when I say best instruction, doesn't mean that you have to be a very polished English writer, right? You just tell what you want, and AI will do that for you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. I think that sums up this amazing webinar, and I think we've answered all the questions. I really appreciate you sharing your valuable time today, and followed by a special mention to Mr. Omar, Miss Deepa, Douglas and Mr. Lex for commending this webinar. Your feedback is really really helpful, and most importantly, I'm happy that you all enjoyed. Besides all the participants who've joined us globally, thank you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this. In the coming days, we are, and we will also be announcing it on our channel, including our website as well. We are coming up with a webinar on first Lego League, which is coming up in November in the US and in January in the UAE, International Robot Olympiad. We, in fact, would love to do a free online workshop on artificial intelligence for young kids. I think AI has reached out. I mean, a lot of young kids these days know much about AI, and I think this workshop will certainly play a pivotal role. And we'll also be working on scratch coding for the kids. So there are many such. Informative webinars that are going to come up. So stay tuned. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam, and thank you everybody for being a part of this amazing webinar. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Salesh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And thanks for coordinating this. And thanks to everyone who is currently watching. A special thanks to Asif for showing the platform. And thanks to Brendan Bright.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you all. And to all the participants, we will also be issuing an e-certificate of participation. In case you've missed out on your details earlier, you can email us at contact@brainyandbright.com. I've already put the email ID in the chat section. Please reach out to us with your full name, email ID, and we will be issuing you an e-certificate of participation as well. Thank you to the entire team of Brainy and Bright for organizing this. We look forward to doing such events in the future as well. Thank you so much, and have a lovely evening and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.
thanks, everyone. Bye now.
Bye bye.